right, we're refueled. Disney's been appeased. I've made a sacrifice of DreamWorks films. So, I joke here. Because this is where we're going to have some fun. Because everyone loves it when I talk about my worst lists. And I had to think long and hard on a lot of these. But, do you want me to... So I think we start with, like, number 5, our 5th worst, and just work our way up?
No, we'll I mean, is this in order? Because, I mean, I don't have a specific order of why.
I mean, I got mine in order, but you don't have to do it in order.
I'm not doing it in order.
Fair
enough. First of all, they're not films I dislike. They're just films I wouldn't rush to watch. I would watch them on a rainy Tuesday, because at the end of the day...
If it was being marathon, you would
at the end of the day, the worst MCU movies are still better than DC's top tiers, and I'll say that, and I stand by that.
You think Eternals is better than Wonder Woman?
I will watch Eternals before I watch Wonder Woman.
That's your... Okay, fine. If you go with personal selection, I'll give you that.
And I love Wonder Woman, but Eternals holds more weight because of the connection and the history. First of all, you're talking about a movie that's like... What number is Eternals? Like, it's like number
43 or something?
No, it can't be. No, because 20 was like Ant-Man and the Wasp, and then 21 was Captain Marvel. 22 was...
It might be the 44th.
It was like...
It might be the 44th if you count like the minis. If you count like the series, like
I'm not counting them series. I'm talking about...
That's why I'm thinking of that number. I don't know that.
Pay attention!
I am paying attention.
Films, motherfucker.
Don't blame me. I'm going off of an old freaking article from freaking Disney.
Okay, so basically what we're doing, we're going to count down our top 5 least liked MCU movies. I don't say least favorite because I like all the MCU movies for my own personal reasons. These movies I wouldn't rush to watch.
Yeah.
Just because I'm happy. I'm watching them because it's rainy and nothing's on, and my Disney Plus account still works.
Fair enough.
Okay. I'm gonna let you go first.
Well,
because
Hey, honey, can you guess what number 5 is?
Yeah, the sexist pig over here.
Oh, fuck you, man.
Does not like Captain Marvel.
I don't like Captain Marvel. I'm sorry.
Show me on the doll where Captain Marvel touched
Where Brie Larson told me to fuck off to my face, basically, in that tweet.
What? When did Brie Larson tweet you?
Basically...
I don't even think Brie Larson cares about peasants like you.
No, she won't. If she said peasants, would have made the sting a little bit less. No, but my big thing with Captain Marvel is, and yes, it was the advertisement, and this all started with the Ghostbusters, it was really the forcing the strong women stereotype without being actual strong women.
Why do you dislike strong women?
No, I like strong women. I don't like the caricatype of a strong woman. For example, you
were demasculated at some point in time.
No, I've been kicked in the nuts enough times, but no. I like the women in Avatar. They're strong female characters because, yes, they're strong and they're female, but they're more than just that.
Okay.
And they're not Mary Sues that win no matter what.
Okay.
And someone as powerful as Captain Marvel, because recently they made her a lot stronger than she was in the original. Like, when she was in the Miss Marvel days, she was a heavy hitter, but she wasn't, Hyperion strong and whatnot. She could hold her own, but she wasn't, top tier.
Dude, she could totally, bossa nova back then. Wasn't that her whole thing, Warbird? Yeah, she could literally, she was almost a click away from being Phoenix level type shit. She was a cosmic level entity.
See, I don't remember. Well, maybe then, because they had a lot of stuff mixed. Because I remember Rogue took her powers a little bit.
Yes, well, that's why she wasn't as strong. Because when a girl saps your entire life force, you're not gonna be as strong as you used to.
Yeah. Well, I thought she lost her powers completely. Though was the thing.
She did lose her powers completely.
Yeah.
But she got her life back at some point in time, and then she was able to rejuvenate.
And I like Miss Marvel back then because she was a lot
submissive.
No, she wasn't. No, fuck 250. No, don't you dare say I like Avengers 250 where that whole bullshit happens, where she gives birth to her rapist. Yes, that happened in Marvel.
Whoa, relax.
Sorry, no, that was Avengers 250.
Okay.
No, that happened though. That happened.
Okay.
That happens. Do you not remember that?
There's a lot.
I know, that's a whole...
It's a lot going on.
Yeah, no, but I liked her because you could say submissive. I would say she was the mother figure of the Avengers. She was the voice everybody could talk to. She was very calming. She was kind of like the voice of reason for a lot of stuff with Tony and Steve and all that stuff. Even back when... who was Thor's alter ego? Because he was still pretending to be someone else at the time.
Donald Blake?
Donald Blake, yeah. Oh, yeah, Donald Blake. But yeah, no, I like that because she actually, had a loving characteristic, and I really appreciate that part of her. And she was even that in the Marvel vs. Capcom. I'm sorry, Oh my god, what was the Marvel game that you got like 4 players, you can run around, is like Avengers Ultimate Alliance? Thank you. I love doing that. And when I heard they were making a Captain Marvel...
But which one? Because there was like 3 of them.
The first one.
The first one, she had like barely a role in there.
Maybe it was the second one.
The second one, she had a little bit of a thing, and then the third one...
I never played the third one, so...
Third one is just like...
I didn't even know there was a third one.
Yeah, it was on the Switch.
Oh, but that might be what... Actually, I got the Switch.
Okay,
But no, but I like that, and they just... And here's the thing, I don't even hate it, because if I was going to go in there hating the thing, I felt nothing. Because Brie Larson's acting was that of a plank of wood. Like, she showed no emotion at all the entire time. And I know it's the whole smile thing. People say, I'm not that type of guy. But the thing is, like, she's having all these, like, great moments and great Screw you. Either way.
All your female fans are going to go
oh, yeah, all what? Maybe 7 of them if I'm lucky?
Turn this into a sausage party.
Can we talk about that instead? No, I should
okay, so
but no, I continue. But no. And that's really my big thing is just her portrayal and the wooden acting of it. Because when she's having like these big dramatic moments, I feel like there should be more emotion out of it. And the problem is I don't know if it's her and it could have been the director because when I saw her in like Endgame or what, I liked her a lot more in Endgame. So it could just be the director. And thanks to Miss Marvel, which was...
She also had like all of like 2 minutes worth of screen time in Endgame, but...
I know, but you could get a lot more in that time than with the other stuff.
Okay.
And like I said, after watching Miss Marvel and WandaVision, so I know Photon and I know Miss Marvel, obviously, I'm actually looking forward to the Marvels. I'm curious how they're going to play off with her and everything.
Yeah.
So...
no, I love how... No, this is... No,
oh, don't you sidetrack.
I love how... No, it's not just you. I love how everybody hated Captain Marvel, but now all of a sudden the Marvels is coming around and now they're all excited.
Because you had 2 good people to lead into it. You had Photon from WandaVision, Monica Rambeau, and you have Kamala Khan. Where else was close?
You say Kamala Harris?
I almost said... I did that in my original take too because it's too close. I like Kamala Khan more than Harris, but still, Kamala Khan is amazing. If we talk about Miss Marvel later, sure. But I love that character. She's a great representation of a coming-of-age story. And I want Miles Morales and her to get together in the series. Get Miles Morales in there.
Hey, Kevin.
Yes.
Crawl before you can walk.
I know. Fine.
Okay.
But yeah,
so number 5 is Captain Marvel.
For me,
the woman hater.
Oh, are you going to call me a man hater when I say the rest of these?
I mean, I called you a woman hater, but man hater, that's...
You can just call me a hater.
Opposite. Okay, moving on. What's number 4 or whatever?
Oh, what's yours?
Oh, my first
actually
pick.
One of mine.
My first pick is I'm gonna say Captain America: The First Avenger, and I'm gonna tell you why.
Oh, go ahead.
As a Marvel fan, I already know the story of Captain America. So going into that movie, nothing surprised me. I was like, okay, Bucky falls off the thing. He's going to come back as Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
Okay, Cap dies at the end. He's going to be resurrected in the future. Anybody who's picked up a single comic of Captain America knows what happens to him in the story. Scrawny kid gets super soldier serum. Or steroids.
Yeah, yeah, let's call it
fights, becomes Captain America, gets a nice little blue, red, white, and blue shiny suit with the shield to match. And, fights in World War II, fights the Red Skull, dies, allegedly, gets frozen in ice, gets thawed out well over 7 decades later, and is in the present world. That's kind of like the whole shtick. So if you've read anything or watched like any cartoons, you know this is Captain America's thing. He's going to come back and he's going to lead the Avengers. Nothing surprised me. So I went in there, I was like, okay.
It existed.
It existed. And also, this was phase 1. So, like, they were at the time, I mean, I'm not going to say phase 1 was awful, but phase 1, they were still getting their feet wet, and nobody really knew what was going on. I mean, you had a couple of weird movies. You had, the Iron Man 2, the Thor movie,
the
Hulk movie, and then, but the Avengers came around and sealed that up. So, Captain America: First Avenger.
So would
it bored me.
So would you prefer they done in like the original Captain America movie they made, where that's like the first 30 minutes, and then he wakes up in modern day and has to deal with like the remnants of the Red Skull?
See, I'm not a fan of what is it? Quarterback Mondays. where you
it's quarterback Mondays.
Quarterback Mondays, where you like are wishing like things could have been like this instead of that. I don't like living in.
And
it's kind of like a regretful sense of mentality, and I don't like that. But it happened. It is what it is. I mean, I wasn't personally a fan of it, and so Captain America: First Avenger. I mean, gave us Captain America. I love beautiful, but as a movie.
led to the best love triangle in all of Marvel.
Facts. All right.
I'm actually curious if we know which three I'm talking about, but
I know which three you're talking about. You're stupid.
Oh, come on. That car scene alone and my number one pick is going to be great.
Okay, whatever.
Oh, no. I'm going to get punched for number one. I know I am.
Okay, so moving on. I see the difference between me. I can get to my points
fine.
Very concise and sweet.
Short.
You got to go off these tangents and like...
Hi.
Hi.
Fine.
All right, go ahead. All right,
fine. Number 4. Short, sweet, to the point. Hulk. It sucks. There.
Okay.
There. Happy?
I mean...
Anyone who's seen it knows it's not good. It was a whole different actor before Mark Ruffalo. Abomination looked like garbage. The effects, and like you said, it was phase 1. They were just getting their feet wet. And I always thought Hulk came first before Iron Man until I always remember the post-credit scene at the end where Iron Man showed.
No. Yeah.
Yeah, so.
Yeah.
It's the second one. You're allowed a mulligan. But honestly, I like the beginning where he's learning to control his anger. But that's really about it.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't like the rest of it.
Yeah.
What about you? Is that on your
Honestly,
list?
actually, you said my number 4. You said my one that I was gonna say too. Hulk, Incredible Hulk. No, you gotta specify because there's Hulk, the Ang Lee one from 2003.
Oh God,
that's not even MCU, but
that's worse. Okay, that is worse than any MCU, and I think is on par with the worst of DC because that is just.
Yeah, that's terrible.
Oh God,
Eric Bana,
that is fan 4 stick bad. That's how bad it is.
Yeah, no, I
which is Disney now. That's on you.
No, wait.
Fox, I know.
No, fan 4 stick is not. No, that was.
It's Fox.
That was Fox. Yeah, but
you own Fox now.
No, we owned it after the fact, but
know.
Disney didn't produce it. You numbnut.
Well, it's like okay, it's like when they bought Star Wars, they made Leia Disney princess. So doesn't that count though?
But that's what happens with any acquisition.
I
like
know.
you just transfer anything. I mean, Thor's a fucking Disney prince or whatever. But that's just by that's just by
no,
proxy.
you're right. No one ever puts him in the list.
Black Panther, T'Challa, he's a fucking Disney king.
Yeah, actually, would he be considered a prince? Because in
and then Shuri's
Civil
a
War,
princess.
Yeah, because in Civil War,
he's a king.
Is he the king? In Civil War? He becomes the king. But
he was in line to become the king,
oh,
but
okay.
he didn't get to the. Well, listen, we'll get to Black Panther later.
Oh, well, actually, we'll get to my number 1 later.
But my next one was going to be Incredible Hulk, and I do agree. Like, it didn't really do anything as far as for the MCU. That was kind of like a solo story because remember, the Incredible Hulk. That franchise is owned by Universal.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, I think that still might be. It still might be.
Some of the rights are.
His character can show up in Avengers movie, but as far as a solo Hulk movie, you can't do that unless it's Universal's say so.
Yeah, well,
but
they have a say in it, but they can be out. I think I remember somebody went over the contracts on like one of the podcasts. They can be outvoted, but it would take not just Disney, but a lot of the other subsidiaries that also own shares in it too. There would be like a whole board thing and whatnot.
Boring.
Oh yeah, no, it is.
Much like that. Much like the Incredible Hulk.
Yes.
Movie. I did find Incredible Hulk. Like, I like it, but it's a snooze fest. It really is. Until you get to like the last 15 minutes of it where
they actually get to fight.
Where they actually get to fight. I mean, and then the scene at the college where he's like basically ripping through the tanks and stuff, and then he literally kicks Blonsky right into the tree.
Yeah, that was a good scene.
This is smash time! Kicked him right into
This is MCU!
Yeah, no, or not.
Not yet, because they haven't... Yeah, because that was actually the first one that started it, though, the MCU, because...
Yeah.
Marvel, Iron Man started, but that was the first one to actually tie him in together with the post-credits, so...
Yeah, but, I mean, and then just hearing about all the prissy shit that Edward Norton was going on about back behind the scenes. Apparently, they were saying, like, he wanted producer's cred for the Avengers, and he wanted all this stuff that Kevin Feige said no to, and he sounded like a little bitch to me.
That's like saying the guy who does Hawkeye wants control for Iron Man because somehow he's connected because S.H.I.E.L.D. showed up.
Right, but yeah, I mean,
that is my last phase 1 though. Actually, there's only phase 4 left and one phase 3. for me.
Don't. Hey,
For,
listen. Don't give him too much.
I know. Well, it's pretty obvious what my next one's going to be. Because I've already talked about this one.
Go on.
Black Widow. Here's my reason. Everything in Black Widow, I can see in other movies done better, and all of the MCU. A lot of the plot points, and I don't like what they did with Taskmaster. That's about it.
Okay.
That's really it. Like, it wasn't bad. It's just that, and I didn't even hate it. It's just that everything I saw in there, I've seen this in the other movies, and it felt like they were trying to do a safe Marvel film instead of a spy film like they could have. And I really wanted an actual MCU spy one like they did with Ant-Man with a heist one.
Well, I'll go into that a little more because you actually just listed my next one too.
Oh, jeez.
I feel like a lot of our list is going to coincide
until the end
and line up.
Yeah.
I wasn't a huge fan of Black Widow. I did love the message behind it and the story about captive girls and girls being sold into slavery or sex trade and stuff like that. That's a powerful message, and that's something that needed to be told.
And
I
also
do not blame.
family.
However, I don't blame the movie per se. I blame the timing because we were in a pretty shitty time when the movie was initially supposed to come out. Because remember, it was supposed to come out summer 2020. However, we weren't going to the movies because Corona had other plans.
Well, even before that, they were supposed to come out in phase 2 and whatnot, but it kept getting pushed.
No, it wasn't. No, it was supposed to. No, because
the original of it. Not that one.
It would have made sense if it came out in phase 3 because
it might have been phase
the movie story-wise takes place after Civil War because it's right after Widow helped Cap and Bucky escape in Civil War and then also attack T'Challa, and so they basically Tony basically snitched on her, or no, actually Tony didn't snitch on her.
No, he didn't.
T'Challa actually did, which is funny because he ended up
she shot him. So in fairness, I think Turnabout
shot him with a taser, and you're wearing a vibranium suit.
Yeah, how did that work? Actually, I thought vibranium absorbed all frequencies and vibrations. I thought electricity functioned like that though.
I don't know. Listen, it's
like I know Storm had to when he got mind controlled like a comic or whatnot, she had to drop the damn hammer on him.
Okay, relax. Okay, we're going too deep.
I know.
We're gonna go over these people's heads.
But really, because they haven't done that before.
As far as Black Widow, it was a bit vapid. Yeah. As far as story wise, message wise, I loved.
Yeah.
And another good thing that came from it is that we got Yelena.
Yes.
Who is has turned out to be quite the
replacement?
Not the replacement, but she's just a beautiful body. Anybody who fucking goes nuts over Kraft Box mac and cheese and puts hot sauce in that bitch is someone who needs to stick around.
That's really your claim to fame is mac and cheese with hot sauce.
Hey, listen.
She's got
good taste. She loves mac and cheese.
I hate mac and cheese, so maybe I need to try that. Really? This is the thing that gets you pissed at me?
This is the thing that's going to end the video.
This is going to be the end.
Okay. But yeah, Black Widow, it was bad timing.
Bad timing. And it just
Taskmaster's story was weird.
Weird change.
The ending.
The pheromone stuff just really felt like it needed. Yeah, it felt like it needed a force control plot to. It should have been more subdued. It should have been very small scale, more espionage style stuff.
Honestly, Widow was one of those characters who, she needs to be a glorified side piece, and that sounds really messed up. But
that's okay. Hawkeye should too.
Solo, no, because Hawkeye's series was actually really well.
But he had a lot of support with that, though.
He did, but he also but his story was compelling, as far as the family and.
It was good. I'm saying, it's not someone. It's not like if you leave Tony Stark alone, or if you leave. Honestly, if you even leave Sam. What's his last name? Wilson. Thank you, sir. If you leave him alone, or if you leave,
AKA Captain America.
Yep, he is.
He is Captain America. Chris Evans said it on Twitter.
He is. No, he has the shield. He has the moniker. I liked him better as Falcon because it made him stand a little bit apart, but I do like him as taking over the mantle. That's the only.
No, but he stands apart as Captain America because he has the shield and he has wings.
That is true.
Steve Rogers fly?
He should have, though,
He jumped out of a plane without a parachute, but that's about it.
Yeah.
But
no, it's because he doesn't have the super soul.
So reel it back in.
Black Widow.
It
just
was bad time. It was bad timing.
If this had come out in phase 3, maybe after some like Guardians and whatnot, so we get like a little down to earth one before like the big stuff ramped up. I think it would have done a lot better too.
Yeah. Okay. Moving right along.
We already know this. Eternals number 2.
Okay.
Oh, you actually like Eternals?
I didn't hate it.
Okay. I
thought as far as an origin story, I mean, it was long.
Should have been
and as far as an origin stories, I thought it was decent. Like I thought the cast was compelling, and I thought
until they killed my favorite character.
Whatever.
Rip Donnie Lee. Rip Young Zhang Sung from Bad Guys, and what's his name from Train to Busan.
Okay.
Both good movies, by the way. Well, series of good movies. The original Bad Guys, not Bad Guys Wild City.
Right.
So continue.
No, I thought you were going to go on about Eternals.
Oh yeah, I thought you were actually going to keep defending it though. And here's the thing: I heard a lot of bad about the movie, so I had low expectations coming in. And like you said,
that's your problem. You're setting expectations.
Yeah, that's my biggest
problem. You just need to.
That's what did me in
on a mid-level.
That's what did me in for freaking the Doctor Strange movie, Multiverse of Madness. I thought it was going to be like an Endgame or freaking Infinity War level.
I didn't think that. I thought it was just going to be Doctor Strange with a bunch of cool kids.
Yeah. And that's the thing, is like, it's not bad. It's just that I was hoping for this, and you were here, which is still better than Down Here, which is your average movie, but it's like, you leave it that sour taste. And you're right. Expectations can mess you up. Like, even for Eternals, I actually liked it more than I thought I was going to, because I had such low, and, you know, the powers and whatnot, yeah, we've seen them before, and the problem is...
You know what? No, somebody said this. The Eternals as a group, they're like a walking, talking D&D campaign.
Yes. Oh my God, that's perfect.
You got everybody,
including the monk that dies.
Yes.
Including the paladin that turns evil. Because with a paladin character, you have 2 choices: stay the paladin jackass the entire time, or have the fall to the dark side. That's really the only real. Yeah. And then like the rebound, but
I mean, I felt like Eternals was more of a just like. It was like a mini Game of Thrones reunion.
It would have been better as a series, I'll be honest. If you had like made like a mini series where you had more time to actually flush, or like you were talking about before, with like each character having their own little set piece, like in the Street Fighter series.
Yeah.
Like have maybe like a few, like this was a series, have like 5 episodes devoted to the pairs, and then have them come together like the last 3.
And that's my idea, and we're going off a little tangent. My idea for whatever their MCU is planning for the X-Men.
Yes.
What they need to do is they need to break it into series. Like, for the first season, it would be like the introduction to like Cyclops.
You're like Jean Grey, Katie Pryde.
No. Like let's go by the basics. Let's get the original 5. Let's get Cyclops. Let's get Jean Grey. Let's get Iceman. Let's get Beast, and let's get Angel. Let's do 5 mini series.
No Wolverine.
No, let's hold off on Wolverine.
Oh,
Everybody, get off Wolverine's dick, man. Jesus.
Hey, Logan was one of the best comic book films I've ever seen.
But it's also the Passion of Christ of comic book films. Why are you watching?
Forgive me, Father, for I have sinned.
Why are you watching that movie more than once?
Because I want to cry.
Okay, well, go watch The Notebook or something.
I said I want to cry, not fall asleep. Okay. Oh, I kid. I actually have never seen Notebook.
But that's what they need to do for the X-Men. Like, they need to introduce it as a miniseries first, and then bring them all together for the movie.
All right.
And that would be sick.
Actually good, because one of the big problems is you have to devote so much, and this is something that like Miss Marvel does very well, and Moon Knight does as well too. They do a very good job of introducing you to the characters quickly, and so you get enough that you need, and then they come out organically as time goes on. Mm-hmm. So when they show up in these big movies, we don't need all this build-up in knowledge.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah. Like,
it sucks for the people
especially because the thing with the X-Men is like that's a big ensemble, and if they're planning on building them up as big as the Avengers, then with every freaking member of the team, like you need to introduce them first. Like, give us a little backstory. Like, that's one of the things I hated about what they did with the movies is that Storm got like literally shifted to a support character, and we all know her story.
Did she do anything in the second film? And I'm being honest here. Did she? Like, the first and third one, she did something, but the second one, I don't think she did jack shit in.
She was lightning bolted something, and she blew some wind, and that's about it.
She got a much better gig in at least Days of Future Past, because at least we got to see her be badass.
Yeah, she got killed the first
She was the first one killed.
No, she was the first one killed in the fight. Remember, because they she blew them all, and then that one snuck up behind her and stabbed her and threw her off the cliff. And then they killed Bishop. Lovely Fox, kill off all the black mutants first.
Let's go all horror movie up in here from 1980, huh?
Yeah. Okay, so
but yes,
Eternals. Right.
Yeah.
That
was my number 2.
That was your number 2?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You know what my least
Captain
favorite
Marvel.
is.
You said Captain Marvel. You said
Hulk.
Hulk.
I said Black Widow.
You said Eternals. Okay, yeah. I said Hulk. Black Widow.
Yeah, I think you said number 2, but
no, I said Captain America: First Avenger. Oh, number 2.
And remember, his isn't ranked, by the way. Mine is. He's just.
Y'all gonna shoot me? Spider-Man: Homecoming.
That's the one with Mysterio, right? No, that's the first one.
That was the first one
with Michael Keaton as Vulture. Okay, I'm curious about this one.
Okay, and it's more of a personal thing because
of course. I mean, personal.
I didn't like how, because if anybody was paying attention and watching Comic-Con the year that they announced Phase 3, they had all these amazing lineups. You had Black Panther, you had Thor, you had Guardians of the Galaxy 2, you had Ant-Man and the Wasp. No, Ant-Man and the Wasp came later.
I think it was Phase.
Because
they had to do that for Phase 3.
No, Ant-Man and the Wasp came after the announcement.
Because
that was when Inhumans was supposed to be a movie.
Oh god!
And then
they made that
turned it into a series. And Black Panther was actually supposed to come out in November, but because these bitches decided, let's have split custody of Spider-Man and bring him back. Spider-Man, the most overrated hero in the Marvel universe. He's the Batman of Marvel. Like, I don't understand why so many
people... He does own his own company now, if I remember correctly.
I don't understand why so many people love him when there's like hundreds of other more interesting characters in the Marvel universe. But you brought him back and decided to push one of my favorite characters, Black Panther. You pushed his movie back to February, which actually, in a sense, worked out because it came out of Black History Month, and that's like the chef's kiss right there. Yeah. So I will appreciate that. But you still came out of nowhere, basically said, fuck all your movies. We're gonna make room for Spider-Man because we haven't already had like 3 of them.
It's the whole rights issue they had to have.
They don't even own the whole rights to him.
I know.
It's split custody. It's like
blame.
That'd be like if you were married, you got divorced, and you guys had kids, and so you got to see him only on weekends.
I know someone who's got that shit deal.
Yeah.
But no, not even weekends. All every other weekend. But no, you're right. And the problem with the Spider-Man one is it goes back to the '90s when they sold the movie rights. Because they sold them in parts, so like Fox bought all of X-Men and everything.
Blah blah.
Spider-Man.
Blah,
this is what I do.
We know this. Like
they know. The average bloke doesn't
know.
Okay, what they should know and what they do.
Hey,
people still don't.
Hey, people. There's this thing called Google. If you type
people still don't believe that
what
Superman
and Spider-Man in the movies.
People still don't believe that Superman and Batman's mother actually have the same name.
I mean. That took me. Actually, I had a friendly reminder because it's hard. Listen, nobody's thinking about Martha Wayne because she's dead.
Yeah, Thomas Wayne's the one doing all the illegal shit.
Yeah, and Martha Kent, she's a sweetheart. Like, we love her.
No, I love the Kents.
Martha, what is he saying?
Oh, I gotta do the Christian Bale.
No, but
no.
Yeah, so Spider-Man: Homecoming.
All these films better than that.
I don't know. I always I always wanted them to do like a younger Spider-Man film, but for some reason it just felt too young. It's like, he's in high school, he's going on field trips, he's in a science club, and he's got like a cute little girlfriend.
That's named MJ.
That's named.
That's not Mary Jane.
Well, no. MJ wasn't the girlfriend yet. It was Liz.
All right.
His father was
the Michael Keaton as
Michael
Vulture.
Keaton, yeah.
Which I liked his portrayal as the Vulture for what it was.
I liked it too, but it could have but there was also a thing of him but the thing is,
it's still Tony's fault, by the way.
Yeah, everything's Tony's fault. Like that's the other thing.
That's the MCU's.
That's the other thing about the Spider-Man movies. It's like literally everything ties back to Tony. Everything is Tony. It's like,
and I agree. I like their relationship and their chemistry, but you didn't need it.
But the thing is, Spider-Man he's very much an independent.
Yes.
Like later down the line, he did, team up with the Avengers, team up with Fantastic Four, team up with the Defenders.
He did with the X-Men too for a little bit there.
Yeah, but
for the space shit,
but like it's like too much Tony attachment, and if that was the direction that they were going in, and it was just like, I'm not a fan.
It led to a good payoff in Endgame, though. I would say.
I take that back. I didn't really care for Adrian Toomes' portrayal because Adrian Toomes was a scientist and he was into like genetic experiment. Because you remember in the cartoon, he was like old and bald and he was trying to like rejuvenate himself, and so that's why he was like trying to get it like.
Well, they should have done that.
Yeah, that would have been.
But it has to be Tony's fault. Everything in the MCU is Tony's fault.
Not the R&B group, but Tony.
The only thing that isn't Tony's fault, until we know, is Ego, the living planet.
I mean, shit, we might blame that on.
Maybe he's trying to sleep with Tony's wife, and she said no, so he went to Star-Lord's mom.
What wife?
I'm sorry. His mom. Sorry. Tony's mom.
Slept with Maria Stark.
Maria Stark. Yeah, he tried. She said no, and he went to go to Peter's mom. I don't know.
Peter. But yeah, Peter.
Films you will never hear us say anything bad about are the Guardians films.
Yeah, Spider-Man: Homecoming.
It is my least favorite of all of them. So
it got better.
Yes.
But as far as introduction, it's still enjoyable, but it's still very like, is this the Spider-Man movie or is this the Tony Stark featuring Spider-Man?
Is it the pre-Avengers movie?
Pre-Avengers, yeah. So that's my number 2.
Yeah.
So, Kevin. Let's hear it. What's your number 1?
Mine is ironically one of the most favorite ones of all the MCU films. My least favorite is Captain America 3 Civil War because, like we just said, it's always Tony's fault. And literally the entire...
is it though? Because last time I checked, the thing that set it off was Captain America and his team being in Lagos and causing a big old explosion.
I know, but...
And you killing black folks. By the way, let's kill some more black folks.
Hey, they ain't Wakanda, so they're safe.
It was Wakandan... It was Wakandan emissaries that were there in the building.
No. Was it actually emissaries? I know.
Yes, because that's why T'Chaka got involved. That's why he proposed the idea, because
that just makes it worse.
What did he say? Justice at the expense of innocence is not. Victory at the expense of innocence is not a victory.
Yes, it's something like that. It's very good. God, can we just? Oh no, can I just say this? My issue with that is literally the whole Tony and Cap thing. But for the love of everything,
that's literally what Civil War is based on.
I know, and I hate that comic series
too. The only issue I will say about it is that they shouldn't have called it Captain America Civil War.
No, they
should have just said it
Avengers Civil War.
They could have called it Avengers like 2.5 or 3.
Or like just call it Civil War.
Yeah, Avengers Civil War.
It doesn't have to be
because it was just Avengers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, Captain America was the driving force that broke the Avengers. I'm going to call it what it is. But
true.
But I will say, the good thing about that movie, and there are good things, like, the reason why I say it's my least favorite is that when I look forward to some of these scenes, but I dread everything else, I love T'Challa in that movie. That made me want to go see that Black Panther movie so fucking much.
Hello.
I know.
Right here.
I know. But
I was more hyped about people. I'm more hyped about it. No, because I remember,
no, you were. You
know
were
what?
ecstatic.
No, because I remember watching the Comic-Con reveal, and when they revealed that because initially that Captain America movie was supposed to call Serpent Society.
Yes, it was.
Which was
going to be like the Secret Wars and stuff was around that time too, if I remember correctly, right?
I don't know, but no, they said that, and then Kevin Feige's like, wait, we're gonna do a little change. And then they called it Captain America: Civil War, and then they brought out both Robert Downey Jr. and Chris Evans, and then they introduced the God. The man, the myth, the legend.
Raise your glasses high to the fallen.
Chadwick Boseman, which, by the way,
hold it. We'll get to that in the Wakanda Forever. I promise.
No. I'm not talking about that.
Okay, good.
I actually have a little fun fact.
Okay.
I have a friend who works up in New York, and he was working at one of the radio stations where they interviewed Chadwick at.
Oh, shit.
And Chadwick didn't say on air that he was getting the role, but off air he said he was getting the role.
Oh shit!
And
he violated the NDA.
Yeah. So no, he told off air, and they just said they're waiting for the ink to dry. No, that's what he said.
Scary,
that's
man.
What he said publicly. He said, there's nothing's confirmed or whatever.
Yeah.
We're still waiting for the ink to dry or whatever. And then off air he said he did it, and I called it months before this interview. I said, if Black Panther comes out, they need to get Chadwick Boseman on there. And I even also called Benedict Cumberbatch. It was either going to be Benedict Cumberbatch or Joaquin Phoenix getting the role of Doctor Strange. So
You're way better.
Maybe
than me.
I should be.
You should.
Maybe not. Maybe Giancarlo Esposito isn't your best Professor X. Maybe I should be your Professor X because I'm seeing shit.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, but yes, and then they brought out Chadwick Boseman, and the crowd went nuts. I went nuts. I got teary-eyed because it was all coming true. It's like Marvel was like reading my tweets.
I felt bad because I wanted to be Michael B. Jordan, but I'm glad he played Killmonger because, dear God. And also Chadwick Boseman, like, when I saw him in Civil War, dear God, that sold it. And my biggest issue with Black Panther when I first saw it, when I found out that he was going through cancer, and that's why his character changed a lot because he had to be more regal and subdued, but he still had that. When I see that through that lens, realizing that he had to change the style he was going to go with, changed that movie greatly for me. And like I said, Chadwick Boseman, the baddest motherfucker around, like I said, they were swearing earlier, but went through all that and told no one. And still passionate. Like, he couldn't give the energy like he did in Civil War, but you could tell he gave every single thing he had. Especially in Infinity War when he teams up with Cap at the berry and whatnot and leads the fucking charge down the hill.
Yeah.
With his boy M'Baku. We'll talk about that later.
M'Baku. Yeah. You don't have to say the M.
That's this.
Yeah.
But no, so like I said, it's not a bad film. I say it's a great film in all honesty, Civil War. It's just personally I'm not a fan of it. Except for, like I said, T'Challa's Black Panther, the airport fight scene, and the introduction of Spider-Man with Tony Stark and building the father-son.
And the final conflict. That
was that hurts to watch each time.
It does hurt, but it's still very well choreographed, well produced, well put together.
He's my brother. I thought I was. That hurt me.
No, he's my friend. So was I. I got issues with that because the whole entire time during the MCU, Tony and Steve had maybe a lukewarm relationship at best. So I don't know where he's getting this "you're my friend" bullshit. They weren't because literally every interaction from the Avengers to Age of Ultron to Civil War, their whole dynamic was they were kind of at each other's throats. They
were rival friends.
That's not. But he was acting like. They were BFFs, they were hanging out and doing brunch together.
Well, you gotta remember, Tony doesn't have that many friends. People he legitimately he's got.
I think his relationship was closer to Bruce Banner's than it was Steve's.
Maybe
because the science bro shit.
Yeah.
They had
from Ultron, I can see that.
Yeah, they had time to bond, even on Avengers. They were
and Rhodey, of course.
Yeah, and Rhodey.
I'm glad he's coming back, by the way.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, you're not a fan of Rhodey?
No, I love Rhodey.
Oh, yeah. I thought they were going to kill... I thought they were going to Goliath his ass, man. I swore I was going to be pissed.
No.
Which, by the way, yeah. You're going to mention that? The only hero to die in Civil War was Goliath? Racist!
I mean, there was others, but...
Oh,
that was the main one that basically made, because remember, Sue and Johnny were on Stark's team, but then after that, that's what... made Sue be peace out, Reed, I'm out.
Yeah. Also, we're going to release the villains, and it's okay, we're going to give them chips. I will say, Civil War the movie far better than the comic, but...
We will not... You take that shit back. You need to...
I only read them...
Because last time I checked...
I only read the 6.
The Civil War comics was also the premise of Marvel Ultimate Alliance 2.
Well, it was also the premise behind One More Day. I ain't holding that against it.
So, yeah, but we ain't gonna say that blasphemous bullshit about the movie was better than the comics. You can kiss my ass. I don't give a fuck. Overwritten.
That's one of those agree to disagree, I guess.
No, it's not. No,
you can call me wrong. Hey, I know I'm in the minority. Fine, I'll be wrong on this one. I'm okay with that.
You are wrong. Okay, so
I clearly need to read Italian.
Civil War.
That was mine. Okay. Clearly yours is not going to be Civil War.
My number one is actually going to be Iron Man 2.
Fair. That was number 6 on my list.
Iron Man 2, as far as a sequel, because I was there on premiere night for the first Iron Man. That was, I believe it was May 3rd, 2008.
So you actually waited in line for that shit.
Yeah, we went, me and a couple of my friends, we were literally there at Festival Bay in Orlando, sitting there waiting for the first Iron Man, and then we just fucking had the time of our lives. And I was I think I was 22 at the time, and that's another thing about the MCU is that you have to appreciate somebody who started from the beginning and like because
Yes.
they literally grew up. You think of somebody who was like 10 years old, who started with the MCU. They are currently an adult right now.
Yep.
Going to college, probably getting married, or doing something. So
this is a generational thing.
This is a generational thing. Like you literally started from one point and you are at a whole another point in your life.
Yeah.
So that's that. But back to Iron Man 2.
Yes.
As far as the sequel is concerned,
it was their first sequel too.
Yeah, it was their first sequel. So like,
and they were trying to do Time in a Bottle, which at its core is a really tough freaking story to adapt.
Yeah. Well, and then like the whole like the villain was bad.
Yeah. Well, which one? Are we talking Mickey Rourke? Or are we talking
Sam Rockwell?
Sam Rockwell, yeah.
No, Sam Rockwell was funny. Like, cause
he was.
I mean, I play that dance scene every time, at least once before I go to work.
Really?
I try to do that shit. I'm like, yeah. I just try to
I do Sanchin every day before work, but clearly just
okay, karate nerd.
Oh, wait till you hear my favorite film.
Okay, whatever.
It's not, but it's up there.
No, story-wise, it was kind of bland. I mean, the best parts of it was Nick Fury's involvement, Widow's involvement.
Rhodey coming into War Machine.
Rhodey coming to War Machine. By the way, they changed actors. Get rid of that bitch-ass Terrence Howard. I never thought he was a good choice for
No, I like the original.
Rhodey. No, I didn't like Rhodey.
You're talking...
I mean, I didn't like Terrence Howard as Rhodey. I thought that was something that needed to go. And thank God they did, because Don Cheadle is 10 times better.
Don Cheadle's good. I miss... He seems just like a little old to be Tony's friend, though, but I guess maybe...
What are you talking about?
Robert Downey, I know. It just looks...
They're both about the same age
I
in
know.
real life.
It took me a little bit to get used to, but when I first saw him, it was so jarring because the other guy was looked so much younger. But
that's me.
That's
the
me.
thing is, I think Rhodey was older in the comics because he was kind of like, he wasn't a mentor, but he was just basically like the voice of reason to Tony's like shenanigans. Like when Tony thought he was on top of the world, Rhodey brought him down to earth and reminded him, "Yo, you still human."
Which you need, man. And I'll say this:
every white guy needs a good black friend.
You know I can find one. Oh wait, hold on. Let me go call my. Actually, no, you.
I'm right here.
Yeah, you're right here. You're my good friend who won't hit me in the face when I say Black Panther sucks. No, I could never say that. No matter how much you pump this in me, no. And like you said, these are our worst films, quote unquote. But none of them we would say are outright bad.
They're not bad. No, I'd still watch them. That's the difference.
Yeah.
Because there's films that I absolutely hate, and I would never revisit.
It's not.
The thing is, if you were like doing a Marvel marathon, you're gonna watch these movies regardless because it's part of the thing.
And you're having have good fun along the way.
Yeah, you're gonna have fun, and especially if you're watching it with a group of friends, you can always like fuck around and be like, look at that shit right there.
Oh wait, here comes the rocket punch. Oh, and then, when Rhodey punches Tony and freaking 2, you got knocked the fuck out! God. Good stuff. But, like I said, if this is what we feel about the bad ones, where we're, like, trying to dronge up the good, we're about to have a lot of fun with what comes next, y'all, because we gotta talk about the good stuff.
He still hates women.
Okay, I'll tell you what. Tell me the other MCU film starring a female I'll put in my top list, huh?
There's only one.
Exactly. Them, not me.
Okay, well, whatever.
I guess, actually, I will say this. I'll rewatch it. I did like Jessica Jones a lot more after seeing her in The Defenders, so. Not as great.
First season, I'll give it. Second and third season, I completely erased out of my mind.
Yeah, also, did the director have like a freaking wedding fetish or something? Because like in every other episode, someone pisses themselves or talk about pisses themselves in Jessica Jones.
I don't know.
Also, Benedict Cumberbatch is the freaking villain.
Okay.
Yeah, that was good. But yeah, that's not what we're going to talk about. We're going to talk about the best of the Marvel films now, with the exception of, Into the Spider-Verse, because that's Sony, and that's not part of the MCU.
We already established we're talking MCU.
I know. But people still count that, and I count that because it's the best Spider-Man film. There, I said it.
Okay, cool.
It's better than Far From...
I mean, don't forget, Spider-Man isn't fully owned by MCU.
Yeah, I know.
So...
Well, not yet.
Yeah.
Give it time. Disney will buy out Sony.
Hey, I'll just say this. Are any of the Spider-Man films on Disney Plus? Didn't think so.
Wait, they're not?
They're not, because they're owned by Sony, you dumb
I thought they still had... fuck. I thought they still had co-streaming rights like they did with Netflix.
No, they are not.
Damn, well, you learn something new every day. Later.